The opinions in the following podcast are the expressions and ideas of each individual host and not a reflection of 210 culture as a whole. So please take it all with a grain of salt and enjoy the show. This
¿Qué más le gusta de este parade?
No me shut up, man. No me.
It's a reflection of San Antonio, you know, and its music too, man.
The
And the pride of the great Lone Star State, our NBA champions. They are
210 Culture Podcast. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the 210 Culture Podcast, episode I think 23 now. We'll call this the Welcome Back edition since it's been a while since we've done an actual full episode. So like always, I'm G.
I'm Dom.
It's your boy Lou.
And we're here with our special guest today, which I'm not going to butcher their name like I do everybody else. So I'm going to go ahead and let them introduce themselves.
Yeah. Opaque Ghost. Yeah, Opaque Ghost.
Yeah, so they're our special guests today. And we'll go ahead and before we go ahead and get into you guys and everything you guys do, we normally like to just go and around the table and just ask what everybody's done over the weekend. For those who've been following us, so that way they know what we don't do all weekend. I'll go ahead first. For me, Saturday we did nothing. Ran around town and moved. That's what we did.
Yeah.
And then Sunday we went to the Commanders watch party that we hosted, where Louis made his wonderful cake.
Yeah, how'd that turn out, by the way?
Turned out pretty good for a small shield.
You just being nice, bro.
It was good he got to 210 culture part, but yeah, we had a good turnout, gave out a good bunch of prizes, and then of course Dom had the interesting week.
Oh yeah. Basically, went on a little vacation. Went to Chicago and then to Cleveland. You know, had some family out there. Windy City, more like ice cold city. You know, but they have beautiful architecture there. I mean, the city's just full of interesting finds, like the best pie in town. Their pizza is pretty good. Like, it's a deep dish kind of pizza. And then Cleveland, where I went to go see a Cav game, got some really good seats. You know, had to go visit my dad's side of the family. But all in all, it was a lot of excitement, a lot of running around. But, you know, it's all fun traveling and just meeting new people and new experiences out there. So that's my experience. I just got back yesterday.
Nice. And did you guys do anything interesting over the weekend?
Interesting? No. Work.
We get you in the category of not interesting.
We actually did have a show of it too.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I just always. Bro, I sleep a lot. We're not doing anything. I just chill at home. Tired. Nah, boring weekend besides that one show, probably.
We had a show Monday too.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
How'd that go? Or like turn out?
Yeah, actually, that was pretty good turnout. Surprised.
Yeah, surprise.
For St. John, he did a new book called Blood and Flowers, and it was his first publication, so it was a pretty nice celebration.
It was a really good turnout for that.
Nice.
Honestly.
It was basically a giant art gallery.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Whoa.
Nice. So I guess we'll get into you guys here. Now that we're done talking about what we did for the week, so you guys just let everybody know more like about y'all's band and who you guys are.
Start with this guy.
Start with the side too.
Vince play bass. I'm currently the only original member. We've had people come in and out, but I feel like this lineup's pretty solid.
We got the OGs.
Yeah.
That was him, and then there was me and 3 other people, and then they stopped being in the band.
Everybody's gone now.
Yeah, and then this guy became our drummer, and then he joins in too now.
Yeah, I think he's the newest one so far. He's been with us for a couple of months. I think it's been about a good over a year that I've been with them, probably.
Alright, then as much as everybody's butchered your name or don't know how to say it, how did y'all come up with that name?
Actually, our ex-drummer came up with that name. I don't know, he just kept coming up with names for had something to do with Ghost. And he proposed this other name called Hungry Ghost, but that was already an album by a different big band.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So he decided to go with Opaque because like Opaque is something you can't see through, and that's like the opposite of a ghost. It's like an oxymoron.
Right.
I'm not gonna lie, I didn't even know that word until I heard the Honestly, I had to go look it up afterwards.
No, it's good, yeah.
And of course, every Mexican Opaque.
Yeah.
Literally.
I know, that's why I was like, is it maybe just a play on Spanish or is it an actual word? Same thing, I hadn't heard the word either. And I was like, I'm pretty sure that's an actual legit word that has like a whole different pronunciation, but I think Opaque, I was like, I don't really know who that's. So I was like, as soon as they come in, we're gonna ask them before we go on.
You would not understand the concentration that we had to actually pronounce it, actually think about it, right? We really didn't want to butcher before y'all even got here. That's why as soon as he walked up, we're like, nobody's here. Okay. How do you pronounce your name?
But that's actually the only way I could remember how to spell it because I like had it on my phone and I was like coming back and forth and I was like, Opaque. Okay, I was like, there. I was like, it's spelled right. I'll figure it out from there.
Google Translate, just push the speaker and say it.
Right.
It's gonna be something where I'll pack a ghost.
Outback Ghost.
So how long has this core of the band been together?
Oh man,
A few months, honestly. A few months with Lewis and Fabian. Joined about like
A year
and maybe a month.
over maybe, yeah. That was
A
an
little bit over a
exciting year, honestly.
Crazy
me
year.
and him have been for like almost 3 years.
Yeah, 2 almost 3.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, been
So
around
it's
for a
been
long
changing
time.
a lot. So like we have these members and then we don't have these members and then like we get somebody to come in and then it doesn't work out and then it's like it's kind of hard bringing out music, while kind of like people are shuffling around.
Just the dedication.
Yeah, we're actually -1 right now, but I think we might be having another person join us. Not today, but like hopefully in the future for our shows coming up. Still working on rehearsals though.
Adding a synth twist.
Trying to get some of that psychedelic stuff back into what it was before.
Nice. Yeah, we were hearing the new single earlier, just to get ourselves familiar too, because we were like, let's see where we can find it. So yeah, we found it. He was listening to it right before y'all got here.
Yeah.
No, we like
It was
it.
actually, we're like,
I hate it.
pretty good. Like, I can listen to it.
Yeah.
But,
Music.
who wrote Pretty Guy?
That was all him actually. Yeah.
Alright, so what made you write that song?
I remember we were playing a show at I'm not sure. Well, I don't know. There was a couple shows we played, or probably just that general area. But there used to be this flower shop house,
Flower Shop Garage.
and yeah, I got pretty. Every time I went there, I got pretty wasted. But, like, it was fun, Like I mean, it's just it was like a comfortable scene, Like
Teenager, bro, you're a rocker.
Yeah, I felt pretty young, but no, it was pretty fun. And it kind of like inspired a little bit of like, because I like to say crossfade in that song, and then also like backyard whispering, Like I mean, it just like I don't know, everybody's kind of just chilling, just talking. I don't know, it just came, but like But I mean, I just put it together in a song. It's kind of been like the chords were there for a while since I was like in high school, but like I never really acted upon it because like I've always had like trouble with my iPhones breaking and shit, and I always have like voice memos on them, and like recently,
And then you lose them.
Recently I recovered a lot, and I was like, wow, dude, this song's old as fuck.
Oh yeah, that's what you're looking at. Yeah, man, that really is that old if it's from high school. All the notes and stuff is like years later.
Sounds like all sloppy and choppy. I'll chop us and shit, but. It came together, once you get a full band, it's different. You jam with yourself, and you like. Sometimes I put in like a what's it called, garage band, or whatever. And like I try to make songs, and it doesn't come out like full. It comes out like
a robot.
Yeah, like a robot.
Pretty much.
Right. Then you jam with some people that you can actually talk to and like get ideas from, and it's completely different.
Yeah, everybody brings their own style to the table, and then it kind of puts a little bit of an influence on your song.
Yeah.
And then then you're like, that's the sound I was looking for. Yeah, it's all.
So other than what's on YouTube, is there like anywhere else to find the music, or is that just how you guys
Everything,
have it right now?
actually. I think literally everything right now. Yeah. Even some that we don't use, Napster. It's all over these places.
Yeah, I just been swamped. I hadn't had a chance to look, but I was like,
I was able to find
No,
it
you're
pretty
good.
quick, actually, yeah.
If you go to Google, automatically. YouTube, automatically.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that already. I like it.
It's a pretty unique name.
Yeah.
And you already explained, that's pretty great.
The Opaque.
You don't really have to like
Lucked out.
Seriously, right?
Yeah, you name that pops up.
Yeah, you type like O and P and automatically it's already it's already there.
I'm like OP Go, sorry.
Yep.
But yeah, so I guess just real quick, one last question before we jump in. I guess what was each one of y'all's inspiration, like music wise, like that kind of got you into music?
I'd say the Beatles.
Beatles.
I am not there. Sorry, not a Beatles fan. Man, I think something that goes back to my childhood that sticks out is probably like Red Hot Chili Peppers. I just remember that, and even to like growing up, not knowing what I liked about music, it was still there, and I still had like the CDs and stuff. Right. It's kind of like just subliminal messages all my life. Red Hot Chili Peppers.
They're fun.
For real.
Definitely same inspiration, like when it comes to a little bit of my style. And then like Queen was pretty cool. That's what like my parents would listen to. That was their version of rock, right? Because they're Mexico and kind of rock is that Tejano stuff. You know?
For real.
Definitely those styles. Incubus is pretty good too, man.
Yeah.
They have such a range. You know? And that's the thing about those bands. They had so many genres and different things that they would pull together too. It's cool.
Definitely.
I don't know. I grew up in like a very musical, diverse household, so kind of just grew up listening to everything from like weird, like Mexican polka music to like cumbia to like I don't know, like James Brown, Metallica.
That was okay for a while.
And that's at least for me. I feel like just like our generation in general, as much as some of the, let's say 75% of the music is trash now. Can't understand it, but it's kind of funny though, because when you really think about it, it's like we all had that like vast pool of different genres to dig into, as composed to like our parents that didn't have. They might have had hip hop, but not like either like hip hop, but they didn't have rap.
The access.
Yeah,
Dude,
exactly.
I still bought from 2000 to 90s, bro. T-Pain, T.I.
Oh wow.
Yeah, I mean, just same with like rock too. It was just like in general there, yeah, like the hairspray bands, and then now it's like just spread out so far across, and it's like pretty much in any genre you can just like pick, and you're just like barely scratching the surface of that genre. And that's what I think is cool, because then you get the crossovers, and yeah, you kind of contains everyone, kind of like Post Malone, how he kind of like grabs a little bit of everything, where he goes from like Bob Dylan, and it kind of goes through. Yeah, so I just feel like that's something that, even though what we're producing, I don't know why we're not producing great stuff. I guess maybe it's all the drugs, but all the drugs now compared to back then. But I mean, I think it's just crazy now how like you listen to pretty much any artist, and it's like, oh yeah, I listened to this, I did that. Just like they're at the rodeo at Monday, that country singer was over there singing Selena at the Reliant. Yeah, she stopped and she opened up singing Selena.
Yeah,
and she was like super pasty white, and I was just like, damn, dude, like she was hitting it pretty good too, and I was just like, damn, that just shows you like how music is not just set or the same stereotypes from like 20 years ago.
Oh man, sit on YouTube for like 2 or 3 hours. Yeah, it's all there.
Yeah, that's what I think is kind of crazy now. But yeah, do y'all guys have any other questions for them before we jump into these topics here? Alright, so we're gonna go ahead and have a little fun here and jump into some topics, and then at the end we'll cover the event a bit.
Who's between y'all four, who's the one that actually parties a little too hard?
Don't look at me.
I would look at him. I would say
it's like that scene from that movie. It's like, I'm Kevin and I like to party.
I've had my nights, but I'm more Tim now. I remember one show I got too trashed like an hour beforehand. I literally had to just like hug the water jug. Drinking water.
By far one of the best shows, though, I'm not gonna lie. It's pretty good.
Hold that shit together.
That's normally how it goes. But alright, let's jump into some topics here. So the first one here, about Texas teacher pay raises one step closer. So a bill's been proposed for a $5,000 raise for full-time teachers, has been passed through the state Senate Financial Committee, and is now headed to the full Senate. Many teachers have actually quit because although they didn't expect to be rich, they didn't expect to be a middle-class life. It is not obtainable for many teachers' current salary right now The bill offers raises to full-time teachers but leaves other staff members and hourly employees, including librarians, nurses, counselors, bus drivers, teaching assistants, clerical employees, cafeteria workers, and maintenance workers, all out of the loop. What do you think teachers deserve a raise, and what do you think about the other staff members not getting jack shit?
I think everybody deserves a raise.
Yeah.
Honestly, like teachers, they're such essential, figures as we're growing up. They're essential. The second thing we, get to know besides our parents, really closely, shape your life as you're growing up. I think that's extremely important. But I mean, for everybody else, the clerical staff, the janitors, those are people who are breaking their backs and doing something to help this youth grow up, youth of the nation. And it's happened.
Especially the janitors.
I don't know. I feel like I'd need a little more info because I wouldn't want to say like the teachers do deserve it because they do, but then again, I don't know the context behind why the rest of the people aren't getting anything, and it's just specifically full-time teachers.
Well, my theory is that most of the janitor makes more than teacher.
Think so? Really?
Yeah. I used to do that.
Even the bus driver, they still charge. What is it? $15 an hour.
Damn.
Yeah.
$15 an hour just to drive kids
For like 5 hours.
Teenagers.
For
all
real?
around. Nurses, dude, you gotta go in with a CNA just to make sure. That's an easy $14 an hour just to go to school. So you gotta know a little bit how to take care of the kids and everything like that. Have a little bit of medical background.
True.
So that's a good amount of money right there. So the maintenance worker, dude, they're getting paid almost close to $14-16 an hour. So
It's a lot more than teachers.
Yeah, that's doing electrical, everything on that tender in case something breaks down. Counselors, I can't say too much because I don't know too much. I've only visited my counselor.
Professional listeners.
Like kind of like they just never leave the office kind of thing. Yeah.
How do you feel about that? It's like all that.
Tell when you're ready to take a nap.
We had a food fight today, so the nurse is the counselor's gonna be talking to people who are scared of the food fight.
Everybody has PTSD from the food fight.
Honestly, I think what they need to cut down is the nurses' pay because I went to J.
Here's a
Our
Band-Aid.
nurses suck.
You live in the.
So our nurse sucked. If you had a headache, here's a bag of ice. You got a cut, here's a bag of
Does
ice.
that work?
I just got a fucking cold brain freeze.
I remember being in football freshman year and the train was like that. Anything.
Ice.
Here's a bag of ice.
That's what football told you?
Yeah.
Dude, my fucking football teacher told me, here, walk it off.
Is it supposed to bend that way? Walk it off.
Walk it off. Works half the time.
It was funny.
Put some dirt in it.
Everybody has different ways of pronouncing everything, dude. I had to teach one of my football coaches was like, "Hijo de Rodriguez, you gotta focus." What?
Hey, what
You
the?
gotta
They
focus.
just say fuck.
Everybody's gotta focus.
Focus.
I think I know what you're trying to say, but you're just pronouncing it wrong. No. This is why you don't focus, okay? You gotta focus. I'm like,
I'm surprised he wasn't arrested.
Maybe your wife thinks so fuck you.
I go,
I'm not into that shit.
trying to fuck us. I didn't say fuck us. I said fuck us. Like, same shit.
You got a bad accent, buddy.
Do I think that the teacher should get a raise? I don't know if it should be about 5,000, maybe an extra 3,000, 2,500 extra. Because the last previous time that we actually talked about teachers, yeah, we do have stupid students who bring guns, who bring knives, who want to start fight with the teachers and everything.
Yeah, and
like that.
sometimes they have security at some schools, but it's not like like they'll be there in like a second. You know?
Yeah.
Like it's
Couple
sometimes
minutes
you see videos on like Facebook and stuff like that. You see like just kids going wild and like there's nothing but teachers there and shit. Just
It's like when I went to J. We started fights. Yeah, we got into it with a few teachers, but it was because we were just hot headed and everything like that. If you look at the kids now that go to J, dude, they're just starting fucking day, causing teachers harm, putting them in hospital, causing them to actually lose their cool and actually just go out of it, man. Like, do I think they need a raise? Yeah, I think they do. But I don't know if they need an extra 5,000. It's like it's cool for the people who's been out there that are veterans in the teachers. Yeah, go for it. But I guess if you're just becoming a teacher, I don't think we need that raise. I'd rather give it to the people who's been putting in 5-10 years.
Yeah.
Like having the old
have that
ladies.
actual experience.
Yeah. I know new young lady that's been sleeping with the students because I never got that.
I know. Where all these teachers at? Like, come on. Like, we're all like, we got the old ladies that are like, they don't even know where they're at, and they don't even know what they're teaching. They're like, I'm supposed to be teaching math, and it's like, this is drama class. What are you doing? Like, I don't know. But yes, teachers deserve a raise, but I think they should meet a criteria that means that they get that raise. You know, like, they should be like something that they sign and then they go through the process.
Like I said, it's not fair if somebody else came in. Oh, look, I got a $5,000 raise just for being a teacher. Well, bitch, I've been here for 10 years.
Right. Yeah.
I just feel like the whole standardized testing needs to go first to really see like who is an actual good teacher.
Yeah, exactly.
It's kind of hard when all you gotta do is teach to the test and you just here's some paperwork, do it, and have a day.
Yeah.
And I mean, yeah, you kind of.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, you can't really say performance either because then in the schools that have favoritism, that one teacher's always gonna get the bonus and.
Well, like performance, as in like how the kid's doing when they teach them and all that, you know.
Yeah,
like,
but it's gonna have to come from like a principal or somebody who's gonna like create the criteria.
somebody who will actually be there.
Yeah, and someone who's gonna like tweak it to benefit their friend. That's the teacher that's been there for 15 years. That they've been best friends forever. So that's the problem with that.
You need a neutral person that's not biased.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
which goes back to then you need to just have a standardized test to see how they teach. So then it goes back around in the circle on that.
Going back to the tax testing for teachers.
Yeah.
There we go.
So, but yeah, let's go ahead and jump over to this next one here. And random news that's just
Fucking bullshit!
an online petition calls for Montana to be sold to Canada to reduce the national debt. Thousands of people have signed an online petition that calls for the U.S. to sell the state of Montana to reduce the national debt. The group who started the petition is called Christian Moms Against Private Education. The petition reads that Montana would be sold to Canada for $1 trillion, even though the U.S. national debt currency is at $22 million. The description doesn't say much, but we have too much debt and Montana is useless. Just tell them that it has beavers or something. Do you think Montana should be sold to Canada for $1 trillion?
No, it don't matter.
I say why not?
How the fuck did you sell a big ass country?
Who decides that, right?
I'm sure. Dude, the Montana people know that they're big. So
$1 trillion.
Today with this is going on.
I think that.
Let's just move to Montana, dude. And
We could be part of Canada.
Oh, we are Canada.
Yeah,
That's
we
right.
can.
Hey,
Free
we
healthcare.
could be like the Super Trooper.
Super Trooper.
Make Canada a fucking
That'd be pretty dope. Be Mounties.
I just love how it's from the Christian Moms Against Private Education. Like that has nothing to do with any of the story. It has to do with the debt.
It was just a funny sounding name.
I know.
Hey, don't get me wrong. Mostly I have all respect for all religions, but y'all Christians are doing way too much.
Yeah, y'all are too much.
Christian moms.
Y'all talk about being holy, going to churches and everything. Like, y'all still want to sell Montana? Man, y'all, y'all need to get some of that beef.
For $1 trillion.
All I gotta say is
Congratulations, you played yourself.
For real.
Walnut's gonna do nothing to the dad.
It's really not.
I know, $1 trillion. That's it.
but could you imagine just like waking up and they'd be like, you're no longer a U.S. citizen. You're a Canadian citizen. What the fuck?
Yeah, they talk about beavers, but they're going to be selling their beavers just to find out.
Well, for the sake of the theory, if we could sell any state to any Mexico or Canada, which state would you sell?
Oh.
I say give Texas back.
Say that one more time.
If you can sell any state in the U.S., whether it's down south near Mexico or up north to Canada, what state would you sell?
Yeah. I mean, sell Arizona back to Mexico.
I probably would sell.
But how would they take? So it'd just be Mexico.
Yeah.
Mexico. It's a big fuck you.
That's what Montana's gonna be, right?
Yeah, it's like a den into the U.S. up there.
It would be just like
It's like a baby spot. You
I was
know
gonna
that
say it's gonna
soft
be like-
spot up there? That's what it is.
I was gonna say it's gonna be like Texas in 1818, where it just has like that little long ass strip.
Oh yeah.
That's exactly what's gonna happen. I guess we could sell California back to Mexico.
I mean,
it's gonna break off.
It's
anyway.
gonna go into the ocean
I was
already.
gonna say it's gonna break off in the next couple of years. So
Montana's gonna be the New Mexico getting sold back and forth.
I say we just sell like the Great Lakes there, or we should sell Michigan. That way, Flint, Michigan becomes Canada's problem. Not ours.
Yeah, with all the water.
And then after they fix it,
then we'll buy it back and mess it up again and give it back to them.
Exactly. That should be the solution for everything. You fuck up a state near the border,
Sell
you
it
just sell
to
it off.
somebody.
Wait till they fix it and then sell it back.
So does no one else want to sell New Jersey?
That's a good point. What's it doing there?
Hey, we're gonna do what they did to the natives. We're gonna sell their land and just buy it back.
You mean Indian taking?
Just wake up in the morning and just be like,
Surprise, motherfucker.
welcome to Canada.
For real.
Here's your
I'm
complimentary.
gonna say no.
Syrup, Celine Dion CD, and your free healthcare. That would be kind of dope though. Like if you were like dying or like you couldn't afford like to pay the surgery, and then the next day you find out, oh, you're in Canada, it's free healthcare, have fun.
Oh, that'd be
Dude, that's like the
dope.
most like
See,
amazing.
That changes everything.
That
changes
We move in Montana. That's the real question.
We gotta move there before
Yeah,
they
go get
sell.
some beavers, guys.
We gotta move before they sell there. Yeah, jumping back into
I guess you're gonna sell it. Sell it.
So jumping into the next question here. This was a very interesting topic when we were running through rehearsal on this. So, headline: Should drug dealers be charged with murder? After the loss of his 29-year-old son, Jimmy Dean believes dealers who sell drugs that kill should be sent to jail. A state representative from Connecticut who feels the same way introduced this to lawmakers around the country, who have been pushing for murder for manslaughter charges in a Get Tough campaign against people who supply drugs that cause fatal overdoses. In efforts to curb the opioid overdose crisis, there is a debate on whether such law are good policy. Supporters say the law are needed to properly punish and deter dealers and others who supply drugs that kill. Opponents argue that those laws are not deterrent, discourage people from calling 911 for help with an overdose victim, and help fuel higher arrest rates of minorities. What are your thoughts on this matter?
Well,
Most of my best friends are dealers.
well,
I know, right?
I mean, I don't do drugs, just weed. I mean, come on, is that really? I mean, you don't OD on
They're
that.
talking about like overdosing.
Yeah, they're talking about overdosing by like, but like when they say drug dealers, it doesn't specify.
I put this right here. For me.
I think it's a drug
Right.
dealers that sell stuff
Like
that kills,
opioids
so I
and all
guess,
that.
like
But-
heroin, cocaine,
This is what
anything.
get everybody like fucking paranoid because they just say drugs. They don't say what kind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's
What's it opioids?
yeah. So for the
But-
people who think weed is a bad drug,
But I would still think though that it's obviously if you overdose, which obviously we know you can't overdose on weed, so it's not gonna pop up
It's
anyway.
been proven.
Yeah. Now my whole thing about it though is other than like the parent snitching, if the parent knows the dealer, how are they gonna trace it back?
Yeah, exactly.
yeah, but the thing is that it's,
I guess if they get
Or
caught.
if they
Okay,
get
yeah.
caught, yeah. Just
This is the
out
thing,
of
though.
blue.
it's not the drug dealer's fault that you're overdosing. You're the one that's buying and everything like that.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Of course,
you're the one taking.
But like
Of course,
criminalizing people who do this, but people who actually are buying it are like,
Exactly.
Yeah,
people who are getting
you're
access
doing
to
it at your own risk.
But
But you can't blame the drug dealer. His main thing is to make money. That's pretty
But
much
that's
it.
that's like you buying alcohol for an underage minor, and the underage minor goes and crashes his car.
See, but that's different.
They couldn't get it.
Mhm.
How's that any different?
That's a little
though?
bad, right?
The thing is a little bit more different because you know you're doing it for them. They're not buying it off of you personally.
But you're getting the drugs for them.
Yeah, but you're forcing the habit of it of drinking it.
Well, you're forcing them to have it by providing the drugs to them.
You see, but he already has it. He's selling it just to make the money. You're not buying. You're not making money by selling. Not giving the little underage alcohol. He's already gave his money so he can go buy it.
They may give you a little bit extra so you can buy
He
it.
does-
But no, but that's what I get you. Like
Sound
that's
like
where
you
the
have
line, like how, do,
experience in
and,
this.
and that's where, and that's
That's
and that's where
I
like
used to work at a gas station, bro. We gone through a sting, and on this one girl, dude, she was 19, and she was about to buy alcohol because there was a few times that a few girls went in. I still sold them alcohol. I was like, "There's something wrong with you. Let me see your ID." I don't have my ID. Well, I can't say anything. All right then. And the next minute, like 5 minutes later, dude, a cop came in. You did a good job.
Oh.
For
Oh,
real?
what are you? I'm like, well, you didn't sell alcohol to a young lady. Yeah, because she didn't have ID. Well, we came in there just for a sting. Like what we thought, because people were selling alcohol to underage.
No. Just doing my job.
Yeah.
But yeah, seriously though, I mean, that's a tough one because I mean, it is both their faults. Like the person providing the drugs and then the person buying the drugs. The person buying the drugs knows that this could be fatal if you do too much. But what do? They do too much.
I feel like it's a no, because it's the same thing as like alcohol or food or anything.
You get those kind of stupid people like me. I got to medical system. I'm gonna fucking measure. Okay, this is how much I'm gonna get out.
But I mean, you've had cases, even like in celebrity cases,
it's very
where, like,
difficult.
Where like they've gotten their shit laced and like they don't know that they're buying it laced. I mean, they're
just like Smokey from Friday.
That's like that's their fucking dumbass fault for not knowing. If you're that fucking rich, you don't have somebody to know when your shit's getting laced before you smoke it. But I mean, I mean that's just like the same. That's kind of where like the plus, not the plus side, but that's kind of like the main part why you'd want to get the drug dealer, because he's purposely trying to fucking kill you, fuck it up. Which I don't know why if you got a fucking loyal customer, but that's where I just kind of that's why I say it's kind of hard to fight it. Or I mean, even if it does pass, it's kind of be hard to decide like, one, who's the drug dealer, and two, how you gonna link it back to somebody? Because even if they bust you as the dealer, they're not gonna be, we're gonna bust you, but we're pretty sure you killed somebody, so we're gonna go ahead and just charge you for for providing
that. Then you're just assuming.
Separate study, maybe.
So that's where I feel like even if it passes, it's gonna be stupid. It's just gonna be
you gotta remember though, there's everything's a drug that's out there, no matter what. Like you said, there's food, there's soda. Are you gonna blame McDonald's and then for fucking up your body?
Yes.
It's your fault for buying it. All they can say no.
It's not my fault for buying it. It's their fault for being open 24/7 at like 4 in the morning.
Hey, check this out.
It's your choice if you want to go this route.
Honestly,
when I have $10 for a Whataburger patty melt, but I got $3 to get a hot and spicy, I'm gonna go for the hot and spicy at 3 in the morning.
But it's like that too, though. It's a give and take, man.
You remember that movie Minority Report? That's what's gonna happen next. Watch. Shit.
But like I said, it's a give and take depending on what it is. Everything's a drug out there. Either it's really bad for you or just because you can still overdo it on eating too. You can commit suicide for overeating. It's exactly what water. Drink water, you
heart attack,
drown.
choke yourself, anything.
Like, you know how many people would die for just eating peanuts, bro?
Because they're allergic.
Does that count? I was about to say.
Because they're allergic. Yeah, we've heard that.
About 100,000 people died from peanuts, and not even one person died from weed.
Like it just
statistics.
Man, they're nuts.
Like doctors and pharmacies, patients overdose.
Right?
Yeah. People take over morphine, Vicodin.
Yeah, just over
I don't want to name any more good drugs out there.
Not that Louis is a drug dealer. Or
Not at all.
Don't sell drug kids. Give it to me.
I'll do it.
We'll get rid of them. So normally we do this part at the beginning of the podcast, but we're jumping into the end here, just for the sake of us plugging our watch party. So I'm trying to get to our sports section of this year. So I'm oh yeah.
Oh, there we go. It works now.
All right. So to get started, of course, we're gonna start with good old Kawhi and the Spurs. So currently we're sitting at 8th place as of probably yesterday. I think they play tonight, so I don't know. Yeah, they do play tonight because I was supposed to be there. I forgot. Shout out to Spurs homie for hooking up the tickets that he didn't give me or remind me. But yeah, they play against the Grizzlies tonight, or they played against the Grizzlies on the 12th, and they won by a point with a final 108-107. Then they played good old Kawhi and the Raptors in Toronto. So this was their homecoming for DeRozan. And of course, we always hit them with the Compton salute. He choked. He choked at the last minute. They had the ball. It was an alleged backcourt violation, which a lot of people, I didn't get to see the game, but they said it was BS. And then Kawhi hits a game-winning 2 on top of, I don't remember who the hell he shot it over, to pull the win. So with that, that took us to another loss. And then we played the Knicks on Sunday, which we lost again, 118-130. And then they lost against the Nets the next day. With a score of 101-85 to the New Jersey Nets, Brooklyn Nets, whatever you want to call them. And they're dead last in the whole NBA. Actually, I don't even think the conference. I'm gonna say the NBA.
In the NBA,
we're getting so much L. We should just bend over and just say put it in.
And today they're playing the Pistons, and that currently means on the road trip they finished 1-7, which is the worst they've ever done.
That's terrible.
Since the creation of the rodeo road trip back in 2002.
Terrible.
So
their body language says it all.
That's it, dude. It's over.
With that being said, I'd like to start the hashtag Tank for Zion. Tank for Zion, so we can get him, win the lottery. I mean, we did that in '97 and got Duncan, and look what happened there. So
the big fundamental.
True.
Maybe it's time to tank and get the next Jordan if he stays healthy.
You gotta trust in Pop.
Yeah, so I don't know how much longer Pop has though.
I was about to say that. I thought he was leaving.
I think it might be time to change the guard and get a whole new
cast.
I wouldn't even say as far as like promoting somebody. I just think like a whole new head coach. So
are we saying Becky Hammond?
I'm not saying Becky Hammond. It's just part of the system. I just feel like we do need to mix it up a little bit.
Udoka.
'Cause I want some dope jerseys. Okay. I want a coach that's gonna come in and let the players run wild like Hulk Hogan.
Not what the. But that's.
I want him to let the players run like Hulk Hogan, just run wild over the damn team, and then we come out with some Fiesta throwback jerseys.
Oh,
and
that'd be pretty cool though.
After that, we get maybe KD because we'll give him $1 billion in a McDonald deal.
Oh, dreaming big, eh?
I don't know, but that's why people kind of love the Spurs because we're not
like that.
Those teams.
True, it's a fundamental team, but I feel like even at that, it's kind of been lacking.
Yeah, you gotta look our team though. We're not really too picky on.
We're not the same.
We get what we deserve. We're not picky. Oh well, I'm gonna go to this team. They pay me.
Yeah, I do feel
our team stayed loyal unless the coach want to trade you off and shit.
Or you want to go to LA and you end up being in Toronto.
Yes, you get deported instead. But I feel like that's part of the problem is the fact of the loyalty, not only for the players themselves, but the team to the players. Because, I mean, Patty Mills has been here now, 10 years? But
I don't know what happened to him, man.
Exactly.
Like, his dreads are getting in his way or what?
I have no idea.
Yeah,
and that's where it's like, it starts there, and then you have, who else has been on the team forever that doesn't do anything?
I mean, most of them got retired now.
Well, I was going to say, I would also say, too, it also, with all the injuries, doesn't help it either.
Yeah.
When we lose DeMurray for...
Yeah, he was our starter.
When he's supposed to be replacing Tony, and then you have Lonnie Walker getting hurt second game of the season, and then he comes back, and I don't think he plays.
He hasn't played at all.
So I mean,
then Forbes, he's trying,
and then Gasol needs to be traded 2 years ago.
Seriously, right?
But
it's like watching a skeleton out there trying to play basketball.
I mean, it's not bad though. They did say there's like 5 teams that are like 4 games apart in the 8th seed. So as long as we can win every other game or so, we'll still be in the hunt towards the end. They still have us predicted at 74% chance of getting the 8th seed.
I mean, yeah, I can see that. I'd rather us make it in the 8th or 7th seed, and then freaking LeBron James and the Lakers make it. Ugh.
Well, LeBron has they said the Lakers have like a 2% chance of getting that.
They're doing terrible.
Yeah. So, but that supposedly they're trying to build around Lonzo now. So we'll see how that goes.
We'll see.
Where's he going?
It's a lot of hype.
Too much hype.
Yeah.
Get those big baller brand shoes.
Definitely don't want to see the rusted Spurs. I want to see them thrive.
Yeah. I mean, we're in a Yeah, we're like in a we're spoiled because we were born in a winning season.
This is for real,
like,
right?
Since we've been alive, they won.
I was looking at just like. Well, I was looking at this chart thing that they come out, and it was like every team the last time they've missed the playoffs and like everybody's missed the playoff at least once in 2000 except the Spurs.
So, the Spurs have been like
Every
the
single
most
year.
successful franchise for like,
Yeah.
a good decade.
So many wins.
Yeah, since '97 we haven't missed the playoffs.
Let's hope we don't get knocked out first round again.
I was like, I don't mind as long as we get in. I was like, we can get knocked out, but let's just keep that streak going that we still make the playoffs.
Yeah,
I was
we
like,
need
I can
that.
settle for a one and done, but I can't handle not going to the playoffs.
For real.
That's bad.
So bad.
But I mean, we'll see how it is, and like always, it's a long, bumpy season, but we're halfway done now.
Yeah.
So this is when it counts, and this is when my wife would say this is when I decided to become a true fan, because I don't watch till after All-Star break. I keep up with it, but I don't really focus on it till after All-Star break, because that's when it actually matters.
Yeah.
So now it's my time to watch basketball.
I'm still waiting for the day I become a Spurs fan.
Wow.
I think that was like 2012 for me.
Yeah, no shit. Well, it just said I don't watch sports, bro. I'd rather be
No, I
out
feel
there playing sports or doing something like that. I'm more of an active person. I can't sit there just unless I'm betting. Unless I'm betting on the game, bro, I'll watch it. I'm like,
For
alright,
real.
So jumping into our last one that I have not made a sound for, so we're just gonna go ahead with the air horn. Is our wonderful Commanders. San Antonio Commanders have started the series, and what? Oh, Commanders have started their series, and of course, 210 Culture here has been part of their media group, taking photos on the sidelines, chilling at the press box, and of course, doing watch parties when they're on the away. The first ever game was played in San Antonio with a record attendance of 27,857 fans. They played the San Diego Fleet that day, and they won with a score of 15-6. The second game they played was here at home also against the Apollos, who ended up beating us 37-29, which Dom
That was a
there.
good game, though.
It was a heartbreaking last-minute drive that cost us.
Yeah, basically.
The Commander had 12-point lead leading into the third until they blew it at the end.
Yeah.
And then the third game was just played on Sunday against San Diego again. This time they pretty much got murdered 24-12.
They got revenge on us.
Yeah, so they did come back. The next game they're set to play will be this Sunday on the 3rd against the Birmingham Iron, who are currently 3-0. They've yet to lose a game. And, of course, we're having another watch party. We're going to be there at the Bend off of Bandera Road. They're going to have prizes again like we did last time. No cake, because Louis takes forever to make the cake.
I didn't take forever.
You're gonna have they're gonna have drink specials, and the bar is actually gonna be making free food, so there will be free food this time as opposed to last week. So
Let's hope this time.
shout out to the gym there for hooking it up with us, and of course the War Room podcast for also co-hosting with us. If you haven't checked out their podcast, if you're a Commanders fan, it's definitely one to look at as they break down the game and their thoughts and comments as well. And it's like half as long as ours. It's only 30 minutes. So shout out to Albert and all of them there. I forget the other guy's name.
Yeah, shout out to the War Room. It's actually helping us find out that video pass when I got to talk to one of the gentlemen that was there.
Yeah, so we actually owe them, because without them we would never actually find out about how to get media passes. So we wouldn't be doing any of this without them. So
Word.
Yeah, so shout out to them. And and Dom, any thoughts on it? I know you.
Hey, well, I honestly think Commanders, it's their first season, and we're breaking records. You know, either through everybody attending the game, or even just playing. I mean, they've been showing up, and I mean, all they can do is grow from here. So, just keep supporting Commander Force out.
Yeah, my whole thing is they're gonna suck because this is a new league and they're just getting whatever scraps are left over. With the NFL having, of course, all the good players. But my thing is, if we can get the attendance there, and it's constantly growing, they're gonna come back, because football's gonna get better. You're gonna have the nobodies that will be like, well, I'd rather start over here than be on the bench or the practice squad in the NFL, and get paid more than that. But right now, it is the growing pains of being a new team, especially because and right now with the league, the teams are made up with local players. So if you live in Texas and you're an ex-player, you have to play for San Antonio. So you don't really have a choice of where you get to play. So that kind of sucks, because if there's a really good player that would want to come and be part of San Antonio, we can't get him yet because we have to get that other guy who works at McDonald's. The guy who works at McDonald's. So that's where it kind of lies there. That's why, like, the the Birmingham team from Alabama. They got Trent Richardson as their running back. Yeah, that's why they keep winning. But they keep making him sound like he's this good player. But last game he had 40 yards and 3 touchdowns, and he was averaging like 3 yards a game carry.
What?
So they were like, he literally is not doing anything. He's just getting the ball at the end zone and scoring.
Yeah.
But they're making it sound like he's like this beast player because he has 3 touchdowns in the game. So we should see the defense kind of slack last game. I didn't really get to watch too much of it because I was busy running around, but should be pretty good to see. We'll definitely be out there Saturday for a little bit at the watch party, and then we're gonna have to bail a little bit early because we got our event to go to. So jump in now to our shameless plugs. Of course, Saturday we're going to this series of unfortunate events. Is that what it's called? Sunday. Yeah, that's what I meant. Sunday. Sunday. I should probably bring up the flyer so I can get everything down here correctly. But yeah, of course, these guys will be rocking it out on stage there. And we're going to be out there selling merch as well.
That's right, you guys. You need to come by and check out 210 Culture. These guys are doing incredible.
So, yeah, we're going to have a bunch of different vendors. It looks like we're having, of course, ourselves. Pretty Shiny Things, Doodle Darsh.
Ooh, shiny.
Scavenger Prince, Floater Culture, and I cannot pronounce the last one. Nisa? I'm terrible with names, so
I heard it and I just said it right.
We'll help you out.
Oh, here, you can finish reading the rest then. No, go ahead, read
it.
Okay, where you at? Where'd you finish?
I finished with the vendors.
What?
I finished with the vendors.
The vendors, Egos,
Now you go.
and Saints. Opaque. Oh.
Opaque.
Oh shit, Opaque.
Opaque goes.
And House Alex.
Shout out to House Alex.
Was it Chavelas?
Chevelle, yeah.
And comedy, Drew Blues, Abby Beans, and Gregory Bates.
AKA advertising guy, who we're gonna have on
Advertising
our
guy.
Project Creation episode tomorrow, because I said so. Yeah, and it's at Ventura on 1011 Avenue B. $18. I was gonna say $18. 18 and up. 18 and up. $5. 21 and up. $3.
We out.
I know I'm about to make this a superstar studded event. That's why. And then you guys go on at what time? I saw it here.
$18.
Yeah, you guys go on at 10:30.
10:30.
Yeah.
So you gotta be there by now.
Or if you're like Dom, you get there at 7.
There early, actually. We got comedians opening up before the bands.
Alright, so if y'all get there early, y'all get to buy the guys some drinks.
Yes, please.
There you go.
We heard one guy likes to party a little too hard.
Or if you find Louis, the offer of the margaritas are still up.
If you can find me and actually point me out, I'll buy you 4 margaritas.
This man of his word.
No, he means the first 4 people.
Everybody's gonna
Unless
point
you're
them
gonna buy
out
16
when
margaritas.
they're looking for them.
It opens all
Yeah,
the
the first four people, women, guys, I don't care.
Dogs.
Dogs.
Even dogs do that.
But yeah, it should be a good time, and that's the whole reason why they're on the show with us today. Also, just to have them on, help promote all the way across the board. So we appreciate you guys coming out in such short notice.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, and of course your new single's out, Pretty Girls. Or Pretty Gal.
Pretty gals.
I'm sorry. I've had a long day.
You
Okay.
didn't look up to him like I did.
I heard the song. I like the song. Okay.
I seen it.
I done seen it.
Okay, so who did Avalanche? Who wrote that?
Oh, I guess we're also gonna go back there.
It was actually like
It was way better.
It was, yeah.
Okay, so what about No Dub?
No, that
Nola
was
came from me, our old guitarist, and our old drummer.
Yeah, they checked me out being a cat. I know.
Yeah, it's all the names.
I'm glad somebody did
Why do you
research.
have that
while
written
I'm-
on your arm, Louis? He's all like.
What's that extra sheet of paper under your paper note? But that is why you're not fired this week, because I had you do the research. As I was busy, you should have seen this room like 6 hours ago. There were just boxes everywhere. I was just like, I need to get this set up. I was just throwing boxes. So don't open the door to the right here.
What's in the door?
It's in the Avalanche, bro.
Do not open that door. Not.
I kind of want to open that door now.
Have you ever seen that Discovery movie where they go into the cabinet?
It's
You know,
Which
when
one?
they make fun of Narnia?
Oh, oh yeah, epic.
It's exactly like that, bro. As soon as you open it, bro, you see a big ass fucking avalanche.
Yeah, the dude just knock on the door and all you hear is.
Oh shit.
But
It's going down in Wookie Town.
For real.
Want to see my Wookiee?
and of course, like I said, we'll be there Sunday, and then before that, we have the watch party Saturday as well as part of my shameless plugs. Hood All Stars Santa Chinga Promotions is having their wrestling Saturday at Get It Up Productions Event Center over on the south side. On
It sounded like Santa Chingas.
yeah, that's what they're called.
Are you serious?
Yeah, that's what they're called.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
So by the time you hear this, they're actually already should be done with their meet and greet. But they were doing a meet and greet with Ramses from Nacho Libre.
Ramses, number one.
Yeah. He's an actual legit wrestler. So in Mexico he goes under Silver King, but when he needs to make money, he goes by Ramses and he puts on the gold mask. So he's gonna be there, and a couple of other Mexican, like AAA Mexico wrestlers are gonna be there too. It's $5 to get in. They believe in having good wrestling for super cheap, so it's pretty dope. And we work with them all the time. Shout out to Mike and Papaloto there. So definitely check them out if you don't have anything going on Saturday.
I need to take a picture of that.
I know.
Yeah, they're in a meet and greet Friday there.
He might throw wine at you.
Between 5 and 7, they're gonna do the meet and greet, and then if you miss that, then they actually will have a VIP meet and greet the day of the event. But if you go Friday, you don't have to pay anything. You just show up and take the photo.
Okay, so when y'all go, don't steal shit.
Oh yeah, we talked about that in the podcast. If you saw the last podcast, they mentioned that, and I was like, I'm gonna go fuck. I'm gonna take that goddamn trash can. So they had so at the end of the match, they had like this hardcore match where they had like staple guns and like tables and shit. So
That was there, he took a trash.
they had a trash can. They had a trash can lid that they had spray painted like a bunch of lucha wrestling stuff on it, and like the name of their promotion. So like I took it. I need to get it back from my dad so I can hang it up here. But I took it and I had like all of them sign it. I had all of them sign it, and I was like, I'm gonna hang this up that way I have the memories of the first event you guys had. And when we went to do the interview with them last Thursday, he was like, oh yeah, he's like, yeah, you're the first to everything. You're the first one to take the trash can. Remember? I was like, oh shit. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna take a turnbuckle or something. So y'all gotta be ready to. So yeah, we'll keep an eye on you. We'll make sure you don't steal anything.
I recognize him because he did like Sancho.
But
Sancho.
but no, it's dope. I mean, they're pretty cool. They have a bunch of big stuff coming up, and they have some guy who came on that Titans, the show with The Rock.
Yeah.
Oh, they
Gridiron
compete.
Titans.
Yeah.
Yeah. So one of those guys is
Titan
actually,
show.
yeah, that guy's actually like a semi-professional wrestler who's like in WWE and stuff. So he's supposed to be here too, wrestling, and then a bunch of like big name stars from Mexico and stuff. So they're slowly growing. This is like their second show, and then I can't give much away, but they told me about the third one that's supposed to be super sick.
Dope.
And all I can say is that one's gonna be like 21 and up. So that should be pretty interesting.
Well then.
Yeah. So that should be a good show.
When was that?
Yeah, so you may need to bring a poncho and a raincoat just to stay dry.
What?
Just to stay dry.
wet zone. Splash.
But yeah, and then do I have anything else coming up? Anything interesting? Nope. Just check our video that came out today of Macho Libre. Not Nacho Libre, Macho Libre. And then tomorrow our miso video will be dropping for food truck, or yesterday, because this is Friday. I forgot. So yesterday we dropped the miso video, and then next week we have Malik's for food truck foodies.
Oh yeah, Malik's Philly cheesesteaks. Ooh, so good.
Man, shout out to the mechanics, man. That Mac Attack.
Maniacs.
Maniacs?
Yeah, Maniacs.
Yeah, dude, it was a burger. Big ass burger with mac and cheese, bacon. Oh my god, dude. It literally almost gave me a heart attack, bro. It was that greasy, but it was good.
Shout out to everybody who was out there at a street fair the day for the watch party.
If I overdose.
We had gotten some of the Bob's and Tim's Pizza. That was pretty dope too. They had a fajita pizza, so it was like a really thin crust pizza. Then they put the green salsa on it instead of pizza sauce, and then they put fajita, onions, and cilantro on top.
Hey, let us know if y'all want to come with us to try some food.
I want that.
We can do a team building challenge for y'all guys.
Oh yeah.
I was thinking enchilada burgers then.
Yeah, they even do an al pastor one, but they were out of it at the time. Yeah, we were gonna get that one. They were like, "Oh, we're out of it." And then they had what else did they have out there? They had miso was back out there again, so we did get to try their steam bun tacos.
Were they
That's pretty dope.
Yeah.
It was pretty dope. Yeah, so they use the steam buns like a taco.
So you're the Kung Fu Panda?
Yes. So it's pretty good. We also met. What else did we meet out there? We met Maniacs. I got the wing bowl. The wing bowl was pretty dope. That was fries and the wing and some ranch. And then we went to Queenie's, and they had these fried. They were pretty much fried macaroni. It was supposed to be macaroni with pulled pork, bread and deep fried. That shit was good.
What?
Yeah.
That sounds. Yeah, that's crazy.
Hey, let's go get that right now.
We'll find out where they're at. We'll go right now. But yeah, definitely.
Hey, if y'all down, y'all come with us.
Definitely. Shout outs to all of them, and we're supposed to be filming Bob and Tim's pretty soon here in the next couple of days.
Nice.
For the next episode of Food Truck Foodies. And of course our podcast, which drops every Friday, just like it did right now. And yeah, check us all out. Follow us everywhere: Facebook, Instagram. Where can they find you guys at?
Everything.
Google Facebook, Instagram, Opaque Ghost.
Yeah.
Spotify,
YouTube.
For all you bilingualists, it's Opaque Ghost.
Opaque. Just easy to remember. Opaque.
Just sound it out.
So if we can get 100 likes, we'll probably get them to do a food challenge with us.
Oh, food challenge.
Y'all get to pick.
I'm
Yeah.
okay with this.
I'm okay.
So we have actually. We actually
See,
have a
Big Lou's
couple-
it is.
I was gonna say, because we actually have a couple of challenges that we can set up. There's one here down the street called Biff's Burgers, and they have a, what did I say, 3 pound and a 5 pound.
Dude.
So there's a 3 pound and a 5 pound burger. It's like, I think the 3 pounds like $30, and then the 5 pounds $40. And if you finish it, it's free. If not, you gotta pay it.
Does it matter how many people?
It's one person that has to eat it.
Oh, fuck.
That's the good stuff.
I'm out.
I did try them for Burger Week. So this week's Burger Week. I did go try them out last Friday, and I think I had like the half pound, and I was like, "Fuck, I'm full." They have a lot of bread on their bun.
The bread
so
always
that's like
gets
where
you.
it gets you. But yeah, that's one. I know the Lord's Kitchen has one too. I think theirs is what, 3 pound and a half pound.
Yeah.
I mean, if y'all are down for it.
That one's just like they have a lot of patties on
it. Not right now, but later on if I go get it.
Yeah, and then I know, of course, we got the the 4 Horsemen at Chunky's.
Oh, Chunky's.
Oh, I would try that.
Chunky's.
But from what I've heard, I'm not fucking with that one.
I don't live too far from there.
I'm not fucking with that one.
Hey, one of y'all's down, I'll go with y'all. Just go.
I'll do that.
They get. All right, so get this.
I've been drinking that burger for years.
Yeah, the 4 Horsemen. Okay, so I've seen the challenge. So basically, they give you a giant bib that covers you from up here down, and they give you plastic gloves to have on because the ghost sauce that they have.
Oh, it's fucking spicy.
It's spicy. They have skin irritation. So that's why they give you gloves. I mean, if you can handle it, you can handle it. You don't need the gloves, but
Check this out.
You
gotta sign a waiver.
yeah, and that
Yeah,
was
that's
the
what
waiver. Yeah,
So
but
you might bleed from your throat and from your ass after it passes.
I've had a friend that started bleeding from a blister or whatever because of that.
I have a story for that, but I can't say it because there might be some kids.
If they're still listening at this point of the show, their parents are still
Yeah, they have terrible parents. But definitely, those are some crazy challenges going on.
Yeah, we had
happened to a friend of mine. He said he started taking like a cup of water into the restroom and poured down his back.
Oh shit! Because of the heat, yeah.
Yeah. It's just, it destroys you, man.
Yeah, because I had this one dude from work. I told him that what we do, we do food challenges, and it's pretty badass. I go, dude, there's one place you want to go. And I'm like, dude, I'm down. I go, but I gotta talk to everybody else, see if we can actually record it. I go, what is it, dude? It's see who eat the most hot dogs. Nah, I don't put no wiener. I go, I don't know what wishful thinking you have, but I ain't down.
I just realized that there's the pancake challenge thing.
Oh yeah.
That we did not sign DJ up for. I think it's this weekend too.
Pancake challenge.
He said he loves pancakes. So no, Magnolia Pancake is having.
Oh yeah, Magnolia.
Who can eat? I think it's 6 pancakes the
Pretty
fastest.
good pancakes.
So it's not who can eat the most; it's just who can eat the fastest. Yeah, but their pancakes are like super, they're like
Fluffy.
big size and fluffy. So that's like the contest, and then one of our other guys that's normally here for the podcast, he's like, "Oh, I love pancakes." We're like, "Okay, well then you're gonna go ahead and do it. You're gonna represent the team." But we totally forgot that it's like this weekend.
Yeah, the thing in our stuff, bro, don't fucking say nothing right away. listen to what we gotta say. Before you go out there and say it.
Yeah, so it's been pretty fun. But yeah, we're officially hit the gas point mark, so we're gonna go ahead and get out of here. I think I did all my shameless plugs. I don't have anything else that I can think of. Of course, get our shirts, caps, all that good stuff. And we'll see you guys this weekend. Hopefully everybody comes out and supports all the events we're going to be at, but mainly the one Sunday night, of course. Is it just cause, or is there an actual cause? I didn't actually remember. You guys know? Is there like a cause for it, or are we just doing it just to do it? I can't remember.
We were basically just setting it up with the advertising guy. The initial concept was like, let's create something where it's like a local scene for music, and then also with like art. So we're just kind of trying to keep doing that, trying to help local people get themselves out.
The comedian thing is pretty new to have at shows. I haven't never been to a show where it starts off with like
the comedians.
Yeah.
Frankie Diablo's.
Yeah, Jay knows. They kind of do that too.
Those guys are good.
Yeah, but yeah, so we'll be out there definitely, staying there, supporting everything there, all the good time. So with that being said, I'm G.
I'm Dom.
Thank you guys.
Opaque goes with us, everybody.
And yeah, thank you guys for coming out again. And of course, like Louis said, if we can get this post here to get either 100 likes or we'll say 400 views. That seems logical.
Yeah. Seems about right.
We'll pitch a softball for our fans.
Like just from I can get that on my page, bro. I'll just throw it up.
Yeah, definitely.
So we do that.
He wants to challenge.
He wants a challenge.
If you really want that challenge, bro,
let's go do it.
I'm down, dude.
Yeah, so we'll see. The video hits 400 views, which normally we get that like in like 2 hours, or 100 likes. We'll go ahead and make it happen. We'll do it that way.
You can have 3 and 3, or you can take a pick if you want to go against on the challenge.
But yeah, cause we need some new team building anyway. So with that being said, we're gonna wrap up the show here. And remember, 210 culture, bringing the best of 210 Nation.
I wish we knew what to say for that.